Good morning, all of you. How are you all? Hope you are doing good. Okay, shall we start today's class? Are you ready? Okay, then look at the board. Yes, here you can see subject and verb. And this is a conversation between a subject and a verb. Okay, shall we start? Okay, first subject. Hello, I am subject. Yes, here subject introducing himself. At that time verb replied, I am verb. Okay, then again subject. Okay, let's be friends. At that time verb replied, we can be friends, but an agreement should be there. Yes, he is agree with his friendship, but he needs an agreement. So the subject again, agreement, verb. Yes, an agreement between subject and verb. Yes, here the agreement is between subject and verb. Okay. So, subject again. You mean subject verb agreement? Yes, verb. Yes, exactly. So, here verb need a subject verb agreement. So, today our topic is subject verb agreement. Okay. So children, today we are dealing with subject verb agreement. Okay, is it clear? So today our topic is subject verb agreement. Okay, is it clear? So before going to that, I will introduce 4 things. Okay, I know that you are already familiar with that. Then also I introduce. Okay, so the first one is singular. Yes, singular and plural. Isn't it? You know what is singular and what is plural? Yes, I will tell an example. Okay. Monkey. In singular, it is single one. Okay. But in plural, it become monkeys. Is it clear? So, another example. In singular, it is pen, but in plural, it is pens. Okay, so singular means single thing and plural means more than one. Okay, so we add yes here, isn't it? Is it clear to you? Singular and plural. Okay, and we are moving to next nouns and pronouns. Okay, nouns and pronouns. Isn't it? Do you familiar with these nouns and pronouns? Okay. So nouns are the words that refer a specific thing. Isn't it? Nouns are the words that refer a specific thing. Okay. Nouns are the words that refer a specific things. Is it clear? Okay. In the same way, pronoun is the same word but that refer several different things. Okay. Same word but refer several different things, okay. Pronoun is the same word but that refer several different other things. Is it clear? Here nouns are the words that refer specific things and pronoun are the words that refer several different things. Okay, I will show you an example. For example, noun is, we know that boy is a noun and his pronoun is he, girl, she, then mom, hers, papa, his, cat, it. Is it clear? That means boy, the same pronoun is he, girl, she, mom's, hers, papa, his and cat, it. Is it clear? So this is the difference between nouns and pronouns. Okay, understood children? Okay, then we move to subject verb agreement. Okay. So before going to subject verb agreement, there is a rule for subject verb agreement. Do you know that rule? Yes, a subject must agree with its verb in number and person. Which is that rule? Yes, a subject must agree with its verb in number and person. I already said that there is an agreement between subject and verb, isn't it? So here the rule for subject verb agreement is a subject must agree with its verb in number and person. Is it clear? This is the rule. A subject must agree with its verb in number and person. For example, a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. Now is it clear? That means singular subject take singular verb and plural subject takes plural verb. Okay. Is it clear to you children? I already said that the rule for subject verb agreement is a subject must agree with his verb in number and person. That means a singular subject take a singular verb and a plural subject take plural verb. Okay. Singular subject can take only singular verbs and plural subject can take only plural verb. Is it clear? Please note it down to your notebook. Okay. For example, the first example is the dog barks. And the second one is the dogs bark. Is it clear? The first one is the dog barks and the second one is the dogs bark. Is it clear to you children? I know that now you are very familiar with nouns and pronouns, okay, and singular and plural. So then tell me, here which is the subject? Yes, here the subject is dog, isn't it? And the verb is barks. We already studied that verb means a word or a group of words that shows the action, isn't it? So here the verb is barks, isn't it? And the sentence, which is the subject? Here the subject is dog and verb is bark. Is it clear? And then tell me, is it singular or plural? Yes, very good. It is a singular subject. Why it is singular? Yes, it is one, so it is singular. And here the subject is dog, so it is plural. Plural, is it clear? Here the verb is singular and here the verb is more than one, so it is plural. Okay, is it clear? Then we already said that yes, singular subject takes singular verb and plural subject takes plural verb, isn't it? That is a rule for subject verb agreement. So here the dog is singular, so barks also singular. Singular. Here the subject is plural, so the verb bark also plural. Yes. Look here, the another important thing is the base form of verb is already a plural. So we need not add s or es to the base form of verb to make it yes, plural. Here it is bark. We know that it is the base form of verb and it is plural. So the base form of verb is already plural. If we add s or es to the base form of verb, it becomes singular. Okay, is it clear? The base form of verb is already plural and if we add s or es, it becomes singular. So we need not add s or es to the base form of verb to make it plural. Okay, for example, go. It's a verb, isn't it? And goes. It's also a verb. So here go is the base form of verb and here we add es to the base form of verb, isn't it? So here the base form of the verb itself plural. If we add s or es to the base form of verb, it becomes a singular. Okay, is it clear? That is why here the dog is singular. So the bark also singular. Why it is singular? One reason is the rule for subject verb agreement. That means a singular subject, yes, agree with or takes only the singular verb, okay, and plural subject takes only the plural verb. And also here it is a singular word because bark is the base form. I already said that the base form of verb is plural. So here we can see a s with bark. So it is, yes, it is singular. Is it clear? I will show you another example too. So students, keep in mind that just like nouns, we are not adding s or es to the verb to make it plural. Understood? Okay. Then this is another example. Our teacher writes on the board. Which is the subject? Yes, here the subject is teacher and which is the verb? Yes, of course it is writes. And here the teacher is a singular word, isn't it? And the subject is also a singular. Why the verb is also singular here? Yes, it is not the base form of verb, isn't it? Write is the base form of verb and here we can see write. So it is also singular. Okay, is it clear? So here the cows run to the field. Which is the subject? Yes, here the subject is cows and the verb is, very good, it is runs. And the cow, the subject is cows, so it is plural. And here the subject is run, it is also plural. Here the subject is base form of verb, isn't it? And if the subject is plural, yes, of course, then the verb will also be plural. Okay, that is an agreement between subject and verb. Okay, is it clear? Okay. So look here, this is another example. Rahul and Sachin are playing cricket. Is it clear? Rahul and Sachin are playing cricket. Which is the subject here? Yes, Rahul is a subject and Sachin also is subject, isn't it? So here we can see two subjects, that means Rahul and Sachin, and both the subjects are singular, isn't it? So the verb is plural. I already said that if a singular subject takes only singular verb, but here the singular subject takes the plural verb. Why? Yes, here the subject is Rahul and Sachin. If two or more subjects join together by using and, then yes, the verb become plural. Is it clear? Two or more subjects join together by using and, isn't it? Then the subject become plural. Is it clear? Normally here Rahul is singular and Sachin is also singular. But when these two singular subjects, this is a singular word, and Sachin is also a singular word, isn't it? Here the two subjects, that means Rahul and Sachin, join together by using and, then it become a plural verb, isn't it? Why? Yes, here we join this two subjects by using and, then the verb become plural. Is it clear? Normally singular subject takes singular verbs, but here singular subject join by using and, then the verb become plural. Is it clear? So here you can see something. Okay, I will read it. I or you bring chocolates. We, they bring chocolates. Amit bring chocolates. He, she or it brings chocolate. Okay, note it down to your notebook. That means here he, she, it, which is a singular subject. That means he brings chocolate, she brings chocolates, and it brings chocolate, isn't it? Here the subject is singular, so the verb is also singular. Is it clear? Then what about Amit? Yes, Amit also a singular subject. So Amit brings chocolate, isn't it? The verb is brings. Amit brings chocolate. And then we and they both are plural subjects. So we bring chocolates and they bring chocolates, isn't it? Here I and you, we know that you will be always a plural subject. So the verb also, yes, plural. That means I bring chocolates and you bring chocolates. Is it clear? Okay, I bring chocolates, you bring chocolates. Then we bring chocolates and they bring chocolates. Then what about Amit? Yes, Amit brings chocolates and he brings chocolate, she brings chocolates and it brings chocolate. Here you can see I bring chocolates. isn't it? And here the I is subject, isn't it? Here I is the subject. We can see I bring chocolates. So the remaining part is the telling part, which means here we can see, now you can see I only, isn't it? But when I join together, I brings chocolates. That means here the bring chocolates is the telling part. That means this part tells more about the subject, isn't it? So it is the telling part that we can also call predicate. What? Predicate, okay? Yes, predicate. Is it clear? I bring chocolates. This bring chocolates is a telling part. It tells more about the subject. So it is a telling part and we can call it as, yes, predicate. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Then shall we move to another example? He sings a song. Here you can see the subject part, isn't it? Subject is he and sings a song. Yes, this tells more about the subject. So it is the telling part or, yes, predicate. Predicate. Is it clear to you? The telling part which tells more about the subject, isn't it? So it is telling part and we call it as, yes, predicate. Okay. Is it clear to you, children? Okay. Now look here. You can see subject and predicate, isn't it? Predicate means the telling part. Okay. So red dragon and the predicate is flies towards Sippy. That means this is the subject and this predicate tells more about the subject, isn't it? Here the red dragon kite flies towards Sippy. Okay. Then you use the subject and this predicate tells more about you. That means you looks beautiful. Okay. Then she is the subject and this telling part or the predicate says more about, yes, she. That means she sees kite in China. And there's the subject and this predicate tells more about this subject. Okay, that means they admire Sippy. Isn't it? Now you are very clear? Okay. Red dragon kite fly towards Sippy and you looks beautiful and she sees kites in China and they admire Sippy. Now you are very familiar with, yes, subject and predicate. Have you understood, children? Okay. Please look at these words. Each, everyone, anybody, everybody, anyone, someone, no one, nobody. Is it clear? Each, everyone, anybody, everybody, anyone, someone, no one, nobody. Okay, if the sentences being with these words, the verbs will be always singular. Is it clear? So please note down these words to your notebook. Okay, so the sentences begin with these words, the verbs also will be, yes, singular. Okay, is it clear? For example, here, for example, each of the girls has long hair. This means each of the girls has long hair. Isn't it here? Yes, this word is singular. Is it clear? Then Another example. Everybody wants to be happy. That means everybody wants to be happy. That means this word is singular. So children, the sentence starting with each, everyone, anybody, everybody, anyone, someone, no one and nobody, the work always singular, isn't it? Everybody wants to be happy and each girl has long hair. So by sentences starting with these words, the work always singular. Is it clear? So please note these words to your notebook. Okay, take your English workbook, page number 28. There you can see S3 subject verb agreement. Okay, and the first question is match the subjects with their predicates. Predicates means the telling part which tells more about the subject. Okay, so the first question is the girl. Yes, the girl goes to school, isn't it? And which is a singular subject. So the verb also singular. So the girl goes to school. Is it clear? Then they. There is a plural subject. So the verb also plural. So they bring food. Okay. Then all the kites. All the kites means that's a plural word. So yes, fly in the sky. The verb is also plural. Is it clear? So the first one, the girl goes to school, and second one, they bring food, and the third one, all the kites fly in the sky. And remaining D and E, you have to do as an homework. Okay. So the question number 2, fill in the blanks with the right option. Okay. Question number A. Can you dash me to clean my car? Which is the right option? Option number A, helps. B, is helping. And C, help. Yes, very good. It is option C, help. Similarly, you have to do question number B, Amit. Amit is a, yes, singular. So, Amit dash a beautiful pencil. Have, belong, has. Do it as an homework. Okay. And question number C, the movie dash at 8 a.m. Option of A, begins. B is begin and C, begin. So this B and C do it as an homework. Okay. And question number 3, make sentences with each word. Yes, you can see each, nobody and everyone, isn't it? I already write an example here. Each of the girls has long hair. So while writing, yes, you should be familiar with these things. Okay. Yes, the sentence starting with these words, that means each, everyone, anybody, everybody, anyone, someone, nobody, nobody. So all the work will be, yes, singular. Okay. So the first sentence you can write each of the girls has long hair. Okay. Similarly, you have to write a sentence by using nobody and a sentence by using everyone. But the work always will be singular. Okay. Is it clear to you, children? Okay. Shall we wind